What is up, my friends? Kenji, NumotTheNummy back again for another edition of Drafting with Numot. Innistrad is the Flashback draft. This time it is triple Innistrad, no Dark Ascension, but triple Innistrad. One of the, formats that I think people rate as one of the best of all time. So let's see what we can do here. I kind of want to force the spider spawning deck, but we'll just stay open to whatever we can draft. And what do we got here? Our pack, rare, Endless Ranks of the Dead, not very playable. Cute when you get it to go off, but just don't think it's going to be the pick here. We have one of the most annoying / stupid cards ever printed in Limited, Invisible Stalker. Blue and 1/1 hexproof, human rogue, can't be blocked. And standalone, that's not too annoying. It's like 1/1 for 1 that can't be blocked and can't be targeted, but you have things in this format like Spectral Flight, you have things in this format like Silver Inlaid Dagger, and probably the #1 annoying way to lose in this format, Butcher's Cleaver. Butcher's Cleaver is an equipment that is +3/+0, and if the creature is a human, it gains lifelink. And well, if you equip an Invisible Stalker up with that, bad times all around. Anyways, other good picks here, Villagers of Estwald, another good transform card. Spectral Rider is a 2/2, and some other playables beyond that. But just going to take the Invisible Stalker, see if we can do some silly stuff with this. And what do we get past? An Angel of Flight Alabaster. It's definitely not bad. There are a ton of spirit creatures in this format, most of them in blue and white, and in fact, maybe all of them in blue and white. And a 4/4 flyer for 5 is definitely okay. I think the most powerful card in this pack, though, is actually the Travel Preparations. Green and 1 sorcery, put a 1/1 counter on each of up to 2 target creatures, and then you can flash it back for a green and a white. So it just lets the green-white human deck really get there. Other fine cards in the pack. Got the hiccups here. Festerhide Boar, Villagers of Estwald. But I think I'm just going to take the Travel Preps and stay open to the good green-white deck. Okay, Silent Departure is easily the best card in this pack. Just very, very solid overall. A blue for bounce a creature, but then you get to flash it back for 5. Also in Hinterland Harbor in the pack. Desperate Ravings for the sweet Flashback deck. Could even take, well, no, I wouldn't, but could even consider Memory's Journey on the Wheel, perhaps, for the Spider Spawning deck, the namesake deck of this draft format. One that most people like to draft, but we'll just take the Departure. Staying open. Blue-green is definitely a good color combination as well. In fact, blue-green is generally the Spider Spawning deck, but we'll see if we can just build a good deck overall. So far I've taken 3 very solid cards, but they don't really mesh in the same deck particularly well. Here we have an Abyssinian Priest, another Travel Preps, which is a huge signal, I think, that I should just take. I don't mind just abandoning my first 2 blue picks if I get to go 2 Travel Preps and just good green-white from there on out. Abyssinian Priest, the other card, very playable, but it's just between the Priest here and the Travel Preps, and I'm going to go ahead and just take the Travel Preps #2. Too good. Now we're really just looking for all of the cheap green-white cards and other ways to pump them up. Good start overall, though. This is just in time for Halloween, which is why they bring back the triple Innistrad. I'm actually kind of tired of this format as they bring it back frequently. They bring it back a lot. It makes sense to bring it back for the Halloween time, of course, but even though it's one of the best formats to draft, or at least other people say so, it does get tiresome. Tiring, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Just give me the next pack. There we go. And easy Bonds of Faith here. Looks like a similar print run of Desperate Ravings Memory Journey. But Bonds of Faith is just solid. It's great in your green-white decks because, well, it can pump your creatures if you want to do that. It also can just pacify a non-human creature. So one of the better removal spells for this deck, and one that I'm happy to take. And this really solidifies the fact that green-white's open. We just got a 6th pick, Avacyn's Pilgrim. One of the best 1-drops that you can get for this deck. I think the other one being the Doom Traveler. Another really good card in this pack, Deranged Assistant. For the blue self-mill deck, this card is just amazing. It ramps you up. It allows you to cast like a turn 3 makeshift mauler. Otherwise, it just gets a lot of value with like other flashback cards. But here, easy Pilgrim for us. And yeah, good start for sure. I think most people would be quite happy to have Pilgrim, 2 Travel Preps, and a Bonds of Faith in their first 6 picks of the draft. I can talk, right? Hopefully we can get some, let's see, Hamlet Captains would be good. Orchard Spirits are definitely fine. Wow, that's the 3rd Desperate Ravings, I think. Kind of crazy. There's some merit for sure to taking, say, the Grotto here, or even just playing green-blue still, and maybe splashing white for double travel prep Bonds of Faith. But for now, I'm just going to look to be green-white base. Orchard Spirit's an easy pickup here, especially with all the pump that we already have. But definitely could see going green-blue and then having that Bonds of Faith and double travel preparation flashback as just our splash colors. We will see. On the wheel, we have a Curiosity, Silver Chase Fox, which I'm probably just going to take. Delver of Secrets is in this format, although it's not very good in Limited. Purify the Grave, a good sideboard card, but we'll take the Silver Chase Fox. Could have taken the Curiosity and tried to live the dream of Invisible Stalker with Pump and Curiosity. That would have been good. Again, we'll just take another Silver Chase Fox here. There are some annoying enchantments in this format that you want to be able to get rid of. Things like Burning Vengeance. Can get rid of things like Sensory Deprivation. There's Curse, let's see, Curse of the Bloody Hold or something like that, I think it's called. Don't need a 3rd Fox here when we can get one of these other fine cards. I only have 1 human right now, but I think Sharpened Pitchfork is not bad. So we'll take that over the Ranger's Guile, as Pitchfork is uncommon. Obviously best when you have humans. Here we'll take the Spare from Evil. I think it's a good sideboard card, one that people don't give enough love to, as creatures you control gain protection from non-human creatures can save your creatures in combat, or if you use this offensively, you can make it so their non-human creatures can't block, right? Grizzled Outcasts and some last few picks here, but a really good start to the draft. Basically getting 2 travel preps is ideal in one pack, and the fact that we got it in pack 1 is just really, really nice for us. Okay, open one of the better uncommons in this set in the form of Slayer of the Wicked. We're going to happily take that. This pack is actually quite good. Lantern Spirit's fine. Diagraph Ghoul is fine. Scab is excellent in the self-mill deck. Blazing Torch is good. Deadweight is just premium black removal. Villagers of Estwald, good 3-drop. Mulch, again, another really solid self-mill card, but we'll take the Slayer. This 3/2 for 4. When it enters the battlefield, you may destroy target vampire, werewolf, or zombie. So lots of targets in this format, and happy to have it on a 3/2 body. Good stuff. Good stuff. Most decks are going to have some target for this. Gatstaff Shepherd here very, very easily for me. Premium 2-drop. 2/2 for 2. It's a human werewolf. So at the beginning of each upkeep, if no spells were cast, you know, the classic werewolf ability, it turns into a 3/3 Intimidate. Happy to take it. Next pack has, looks like an Ambush Viper here for us. Best card in the pack being the Brimstone Volley, but Viper's definitely fine. 2 mana for a 2/1 Flash Death Touch. Nothing amazing, but I mean, we just want low creatures in our deck anyways, and this can be a surprise blocker to kill one of their larger ground threats. Let's see, we're still looking for Doom Travelers, we're still looking for more 3s. Because basically in this deck, all you want to do is go 2-drop, 3-drop, and then turn 4 Travel Preps with Flashback, and that's basically game over. Excellent, another Avacyn's Pilgrim here. Can allow us to probably run 16 lands if we weren't already considering doing so. Other good cards in the pack, Rage Thrower, good top end card that can deal a lot of damage out of nowhere just by letting you chump attack effectively later in the game. One-Eyed Scarecrow, Self-Huff Occultist, Voiceless Spirit is a card we would play, but I think we take the Pilgrim over it. Oh, man. We got the card that everybody wants in the format, Spider Spawning. We're not going to take it, but it could still do some fine work in this deck, even though we're not really self-milling. It has, you know, enough creatures that we could probably get it to work. Gutter Grime's another fine consideration, although one I'm not too huge on. So whenever a non-token creature you control dies, put a slime counter on it, then you get a ooze equal to the number of slime counters on Gutter Grime. So the more creatures that die after, you know, the bigger your oozes get. I think we're just taking the Blazing Torch here. It's going to be good no matter what. 1 mana to cast, 1 mana to equip, gets to deal 2 damage to a creature player, and sometimes has a relevant ability in that, well, they can't block. Voice of Spirit or Second Orchard Spirit here for us. We'll take the flyer this time. Villagers of Estwald was perfect, although Orchard Spirit and again Voice of Spirit. Some more creatures that, well, we just saw and we would happily play, but Villagers a little bit better. Not going to play the Kindercatch. 6 mana, 6/6 vanilla. We'll take the Scarecrow for sideboard purposes. Can we wheel anything good? Mulch is not so much good for this deck. Sideboard Smite the Monstrous is not terrible. Sideboard Nevermore could be a thing. Not really, but we'll take Smite. I think there's another Nevermore that can come around anyways. I think there were 2 back-to-back Nevermores. Currently 16 playables, maybe 17 or 18 if I want to put the Spare from Evil or the Smite the Monstrous in. And we're still in pack 2, so really good shape. How many humans do I have for this Pitchfork? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 currently. So we're getting to the number where I'm comfortable running the Pitchfork. Wow, Elder Cathar on the wheel is great. 3 mana, 2/2, human. When it dies, put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control, and if that creature is a human, put 2 1/1 counters on it instead. Looks like the Spider Spawning deck might be open, though. We've seen a lot of the, in fact, both of the Mulches wheeled, and that late Spider Spawning. We will take that Nevermore this time. No travel preps in this pack, but 2 in the first pack, and maybe we can find some more in the last pack. Okay, last few pickups here. Not going to play any of these cards. What's the best card that we can open in the last pack? Let's see. Garrick would be good. Geist Honored Monks would be good. Plenty of good opens, I suspect. This is a good card, by the way. Knot of the Bone. 3 mana instant. You gain 2 life for each card in your graveyard, and it has Flashback. Flashback, rather. This is one of the better cards in the self-mill deck, as frequently it just turns into 20, 30 life. Oh, wait. I think we just opened the actual best card we could open. Gavany Township. So, you can just tap it for colorless mana, but you can tap 2 green and white, tap it, put a 1/1 counter on each creature you control. This card is just absurd, unbeatable, basically, in the late game. I am passing a lot of good cards here, but wow, Gavany Township might have just been one of the best cards we could open there. That's amazing. All right. Stony Silence, probably worth a few tickets, but not going to take it. We'll take the Mausoleum Guard. We're still looking for a few more playables, and this is really nice with the Gavany Township, as should this die, then you get 2 1/1s with flying, and then you can just pump those bad boys up. Passing a Silent Departure, but happily take the Mausoleum Guard. Uh-oh, unplayable pack here for us. We'll take the Caravan Vigil and probably not play it. Means we're going to get nothing on that wheel. And just a few more playables. I could always run Gavany Township as my 18th land, but I'm probably not going to do that. Okay. There we go. We have some pickups. The Elder Cathar wheeled last time, so there's consideration in passing that and just taking the Galvanic Juggernaut here. Juggernaut 5/5 for 4. Attacks each combat if able. Doesn't untap during your untap step, but whenever another creature dies, you get to untap it. I think we'll just take the Cathar, but I can see taking Juggernaut and trying to get the Cathar on the wheel. just want to take the human. Because now I think we have a decent number of humans for this pitchfork. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that's good. Good faux show. Awesome pick here for us. We get a Gatstaff Shepherd number 2. Again, just one of the best 2-drops that you can get in green. Passing a Prey Upon and some sideboard cards, but super stoked to get that Gatstaff Shepherd. This deck looks real good. Just missing that silver inlaid dagger and maybe a Doom Traveler or two, but otherwise we're in a good spot. We have the pump necessary, we have some removal. Selfless Cathar here versus Villagers of Estwald number 2. I think I prefer Villagers still, but Selfless Cathar is definitely very playable in this type of deck, especially if you have creatures that benefit from other creatures dying. We don't have any of those currently, but if we did, we might consider that a little bit higher. This is great. Let's see, like turn 1 Avacyn's Pilgrim, turn 2 3-drop, turn 3 Travel Preps. Hollowhenge Scavenger is fine. I'm not entirely sure we're going to end up playing this, but if we need another playable, we will. I think at this point I might just be getting in one of the Spare from Evils. And you know what? I still can run 16 lands in this deck, I think. Oh, no, with Gavany Township we'll run 17. I lied. Gavany Township will be our 17th land. That makes it a lot easier. Moment of Heroism, not bad. We will play that. Target creature gets +2/+2 and lifelink until end of turn. Now I need to cut one card, and I think we'll just cut that Hollowhenge Scavenger. It's not a bad card. It's not no Thrag Tusk, but 5 mana, 4/5. Morbid, which means if a creature died this turn, you get an extra ability. This one happens to be 5 life. Yeah, I wouldn't mind another combat trick. Looks like you have Spidery Grasp in this format as well. I don't think Ranger's Guile is particularly worth it, but only having a Sharpened Pitchfork for good equipment kind of hurts. Ooh, a Chapelgeist super late. That's nice. 2/3 flyer. 4/3. Well, that probably lets me cut one of these Silver Chase Foxes, as we do take that Ranger's Guile now. So we have two 1-drop creatures. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 2-drop creatures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 3-drops. Okay, I lied. We probably want that Fox back in as just another 2-drop. What's my worst 3-drop here? Or can I get away with 16 lands still? 16 lands, one of them being Gavany Township. I tend to err on the safe side of things, but with Double Pilgrim, I can probably just do that. Nice wheel there for sideboard purposes, Purify the Grave. Yeah, maybe I just go 16 lands. That's probably fine. Creature Curve's good. All of our non-creatures, basically 2 mana. Let's get the Gavany Township in and go 8 Forest, 7 Plains. And we'll ship it like this, I think. Really solid green-white deck for this triple Innistrad draft. Hopefully we can take it down. Let's head to the first round and see how we do. Here we are for round 1 of this triple Innistrad flashback draft. We are going to play first, and yeah, we have a good hand. Turn 1 Pilgrim, turn 2 Voiceless Spirit, turn 3 double Silver Chase Fox. Now we're just looking for a travel prep and hoping we don't run up against a Geist Flame. But any hand where we have a turn 1 Avacyn's Pilgrim is most likely going to be a keep. And off we go. See what the opponent's running. Forest of their own. Okay. That's not a travel prep, but it will have to do for now. At this point, we don't want to draw any more lands for the rest of the game unless it's a Gavany Township. Green-blue. All right, they might be on the self-mill plan here as they play a Gatstaff Shepherd. And we will just go double Fox for this turn as we attack in for 2 in the air. Just want to find that travel preps. Or Township. If we draw Township next turn, we cannot lose. 3 mana for an Orchard Spirit from the opponent. Elder Cathar, not quite what we are looking for, but hey. It's at least a playable card. Get to bash in for 6. They might just double block here, trade off for 2/2s. They did not, though, which is interesting and might signify that they have a travel preps or other pump spell of their own. But we are now hellbent on turn 4. 4 lands, 6 creatures. 1-time Gavanese Township, so I can show you guys the power of it. If they attack with Gatstaff Shepherd here, that is probably telling of like a makeshift Mauler. Yeah, and I'm not going to block, because I don't want to allow them to cast their makeshift Maulers or their Stitch Drakes. Those are very common creatures in this format. Gatstaff Shepherd of our own. And I think we just right-click attack all. They'll block probably the 2 foxes. They'll take 6 damage. They get to eat 1, trade with the other. This deck doesn't really want to just sit around and let them play bigger creatures. Okay, this also works for me. They're going to eat the Pilgrim and still take 7 instead of trading. Second guessing themselves here. Opponent down to 5. And we are still sitting pretty. So it looks like they wanted just to enable the Morbid instead of potentially one of those Stitch Drakes or makeshift Mauler creatures. We have a little bit of resilience against a Claustrophobia and even a Spectral Flight. I can sack my Silver Chase Fox and kill the Spectral Flight at end of turn here. Unless they have 2 Spectral Flights? Oh wow, they have 2. Okay, so now I'm not even going to sacrifice. I'm just going to sit back and hopefully draw some way to punch through. That's interesting. Well, if I attack with everything, they have to take 2 of the creature hits, which means they'll go down to 2 because they can let through 1 damage and 2. So let's attack with all and then play the Blazing Torch. Go for the win. So one of the flyers blocks my Voiceless Spirit. Festerhide blocks like Gatstaff Shepherd. The other flyer blocks my Silver Chase Fox, which then I can use to kill off. Oh, wow. That's actually amazing for me. So I get to sack the Fox pre-combat to kill their Spectral Flight. And now we trade Cathar. They take 3 still, go to 2. We will put the counters on the Pilgrim as a 3/2 first strike still doesn't attack into their 4/4. And then we just play Torch and pass. And they're just dead on my upkeep next turn unless they can gain some life here. Nice. Didn't find any of my pump effects, but we just played out our creatures quickly and got there. So I think in this matchup we can bring in Naturalize if we wanted. We can bring in Smite the Monstrous if we wanted. Nevermore on Spectral Flight is kind of funny. Looks like they have a decent number of humans. So I'll take out Despair from Evil. I think we'll just bring in the Smite, as it kills Festerhide Boar when it's triggered Morbid. It also kills basically any creature that has a Spectral Flight on it. And yeah, we'll bring it back for game 2. We which starts now. Game 2. Not a great hand, but definitely a keeper. Obviously would love to draw a forest off the top, but we have a turn 2 Silver Chase Fox, and then with any land we get to play Elder Cathars, so we'll keep it. Bonds of Faith can either pacify one of their non-human creatures, or it can buff up one of our own dudes, should we want to go that route instead. Awkward draw if I don't have a forest in the near future. Smite the Monstrous, also slightly awkward. And now we're aching for any land next turn. If I don't find one in 3 draws, that's pretty bad. But opponent is also on the 2 lands stuck, so I guess we're going to have one of those games then. Yeah, and we did not draw out of it yet. Attack for 2, and I think I'm just going to discard this Grizzle Outcast instead of using the Moment of Heroism. I'd rather save that for a trick. Opponent also going to discard. And this is what happens sometimes in Magic. You just don't get to play. We did find our land, though, so that's nice. And I'm just going to use my mana efficiently here, play out the Elder Cathar over one of the Gatstaffs, even though the Gatstaffs could transform if the opponent again misses. Unfortunately, opponent going to discard. Again, Creepy Doll and Battleground Geist now in their graveyard. Well, turns out playing a bear and then 2 Grey Ogres might just be good enough in this game of screw. 3 mana finally for the opponent. Villagers of Estwall, that's a nice one. We gotta just keep punching through, though, with that Moment of Heroism now. And then follow up with one of our 2s. And pretty uneventful game 2 there, but we did manage to take it down as our deck functions off of 2 mana pretty well. Plenty of 2-drop plays. Haven't drawn a single Travel Preps yet. Kind of sad, but looks good so far. I actually wonder if I'm supposed to cut Spare from Evil from the main deck and run Ranger's Guile instead, because other people might be running a lot of the humans decks. And plus, if we're running double Travel Preps, we kind of go all in on a creature. Ranger's Guile protecting it seems good. I'm going to make that change as we move into our second match here of this 3xInnistrad draft. Very, very good green-white aggro. Gavany Township, double Travel Preps, double Gatstaff Shepherd, double Villagers of Estwald. This is a pretty dreamy one. Unfortunately, though, I cannot keep a 1-lander that's only a Gavany Township. With a forest, I would snap keep because it would get to go turn 1 Avacyn's Pilgrim, but we'll ship it down to 6, and we'll keep this with a Scry, looking for that forest, which we do find. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm not going to play Blazing Torch turn 1. I have a turn 2 drop and a turn 3 drop, but because the opponent's playing red, they might have werewolves, and so I want to be able to cast out some spells to potentially stop a transform just like that. It also keeps the information hidden from them. They might run out a creature that they don't want to get shot. That's actually really terrifying. Opponent's got a scary werewolf curve here. So this village Ironsmith turns into a 3/1 first strike. The Handwear Watchman, or rather Bane of Handwear. Handwear Watchkeep turns in Bane of Handwear, 5/5 attacks each turn. Whenever another human creature dies, put a 1/1 counter on Village Cannibals. That's also pretty gross for me. I think now I'm just going to have to play out the torch and go for the kill on their cannibal right now before it gets too big. I do get to attack him for 2, though, because the Orchard Spirit. And you know what? The Pilgrim doesn't actually do anything here, so I'm going to hold it off in case they opt to not play a spell next turn. That way I can transform by playing Elder Cathar plus Avacyn's Pilgrim. Let's see if they just pass. Nope, they play a Blood Crazed Neonate, something that has to attack. Interesting. Okay, let's just attack in for 2 again. And play out our good old Elder Cathar, again holding Pilgrim for transform purposes. Ugh, they have a Falconwrath Marauder, one of the scariest rares if you cannot deal with it, which I cannot. 2/2 flying haste for 5. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, put 2 1/1 counters on it. So that thing grows out of control very quickly. Gonna put the counters on our Gatstaff, start attacking in with it. Smite the Monstrous comes in. We would love to draw Bonds of Faith as a way to deal with that. Not necessarily another Pilgrim. But that card just gets out of control real fast. What else do I have for sideboard? Just Smite the Monstrous. Looks like Spare from Evil is going to be good versus the... Well, no, that's not true. Their front side. Werewolves are all humans. Taking 4 this turn, maybe 5. Marauders becomes a 6/6. Pretty darn gnarly. Pitchburn Devils, the follow-up. It's a bad one for me too. So I think my way to win this game is actually to transform the Gatstaff Howler. Like here I get to attack them for 2, put them to 8. Don't play a spell this turn. They can't block my Gatstaff Shepherd. And now the Orchard Spirit plus Gatstaff Howler can kill the opponent. Okay. So we'll eat here, chump here, take 9. Dead to a Brimstone Volley or that type of card, but if they don't have anything, we win. Oh, they had a bump in the night. Fair enough. So what if I had used my moment of heroism there on the Gatstaff Howler and gained 7 instead? I would need to still draw a pump spell like that travel prep. Oh, gross. I mean, we couldn't known that, right? I don't think it's correct to have made that play. Wow, Slayer of the Wicked also an amazing draw if we can find it versus them. Jeez. Gonna take out the Sharpened Pitchfork. I think we should have a good game versus this opponent. We just haven't found any travel preps, and I think that's the big story of the game. There might have been an opportunity for me to race a little bit sooner had I transformed the Howler, but I think I made the right game plan with the information I had. This also seems like a fine matchup for Hollowhenge Scavenger. So close, though. So this kills the Handwear Watch Keep on its transform side and the Angros, or not Angros Marauders, the Falconwrath Marauders. On the play, I'm going to keep this hand. It's just too powerful to mulligan. Any one land lets me cast Villagers. If I hit a white source, we should be good to go. Going to play out the Gavany Township just yet. Preserve that information. Would love to rip a Plains off the top. Gatstaff Shepherd. Well, fortunately for me, a 2/3 blocks Blood Crazed Neonate quite effectively. If they don't have a way to punch through. Brimstone Volley, that works. And now they're going to make a 3/2. Plains right on time. And can just offer the trade here. Or could Shepherd plus Moment of Heroism hold up? I think that's better. They might have like a Crossway Vampire potentially, but I think I hold the Slayer for something better. We know it has a ton of targets in their deck. And I want to preserve my creatures for Gavany Township. Alright, nice. Gain some 4. Eat their dude. And they play a Galvanic Juggernaut. Okay, we'll just play out our flyer here and pass. Take the 5. That doesn't untap now unless a creature dies. I think if they just pass here, though, I might just attack with Chapelgeist and not this Shepherd. As if they have like another Brimstone Volley, they could kill the Chapelgeist, which untaps their Juggernaut, and then they could eat my Shepherd. We'll see what they do, though. This could be a Harvest Pyre on my Gatstaff Shepherd. Indeed it is. Okay. That was a decent draw. We get to go with Cathar. Travel Preps. Attack for 3 in the air. And now we can race them pretty well. Ooh, Astencia Bloodhall too. Alright, there's the Marauder again. We get to kill that with Slayer of the Wicked after attacking next turn. And we even get to Travel Preps first. So we're going to Travel Preps. Hit them for 8. And have them dead next turn. Whoops, need to play my land out first. Take the hit for 5. Force them to have something here. Skursdag Cultist, alright. And we actually just have them dead on board. Put a 1/1 counter on all of my creatures, and they take 9. Nice. Ooh, Gavany Township. So good. So good. Well, let's see if we can win a game 3 now. Let's just curve out perfectly one time. Okay, we already did that in the first round, didn't we? Let's curve out perfectly one time again, and then draw Gavany Township. Ugh, this hand's awful. We're going to have to ship it down to 6. Wow. This hand is also gross. I think we need to keep this one and just hope we hit a plains. So that we can go 2-drop, 3-drop. Okay, well, hitting forest number 4 before plains is gross. No play. Forest number 5 before plains now. Disgusting. Well, this is the life I live. We have 7 plains in the deck. 8 forests. Oh, no, we have... I'm running 17 lands, right? So do I have an 8-8 split? I think I might have an 8-8 split. Holy moly. That's unreal. Just getting variance tier. Yeah, this is unfortunate. This is a definite 3-0 deck, but sometimes doesn't go your way. Ugh, and now I have to play Slayer here, which is great. It kills their vampire, but if they have a removal spell for Slayer, their vampire or their Village Cannibals makes itself a 3/3. And now I don't have the Slayer of the Wicked for their Falconwrath Marauders if they have that. Hold. Stabilize. Stabilize. Brimstone Volley EOT. Ooh, what else they got? Victim of Night. I think that's a playable. Wow, they just Brimstone Volleyed my face for 5. Okay, so I'm going to assume they have like a Bump in the Night in their hand. Or a Harvest Pyre here. There's a dead weight. Now I'm going to go down to 5 here. If they have another Brimstone Volley, I just lose. Do you have it? No? Well, we can trade away with a Village Cannibal by using Ranger's Guile, I suppose. I can't imagine we live through this. They just have... Nope. That doesn't work. Okay. Hold. What is this? Harvest Pyre? Harvest Pyre doesn't kill me. Puts me down to 2. They kill my Silver Chase Fox here in response. Yep, it was Harvest Pyre. Hit me down to 2. I died to Bump in the Night. I died to that Falcon Wrath Marauders. I died to basically everything. But sometimes that's just the way things go. That's just the way things go. Nightbird's clutches to make us unable to block, and that's going to be the game. GG's, big fan, by the way. I wouldn't call that last game GG's. We just got mana screwed, but good match, good match. Let's see if we can win the last round here with what I think is just one of the best decks of this format. Here we are for the third match with our green-white Insano Travel Preps deck. On the draw, don't have a forest, but we do have a 2-drop, 3-drop, so with any green source by turn 4, we get to bash in with a 4-4 and a 4-4 on turn 4. There's the green. Thank God we hit it early. That last game of the last match was very unfortunate. Stuck with 5 forests when we had mono white cards in our hand. Looks like this opponent's also feeling the effects of variance as well. Man, I wish we would just have some good games here. Like, we got crushed in our previous round from getting color screwed. Multiple times now, me and the opponent have missed on lands. Didn't really get to showcase the fun of the deck, or the fun of the format all that much. All right, going to discard. One-Eyed Scarecrow. Ooh, and we drew Gavany Township. That's just got to be the nail in the coffin here. And now you know why Travel Preps looks so crazy good. It's just River Herald's Boon, but better. Non-game again, but maybe next game will be better. Let's run it back. All right. We've got both of our colors. We don't have a 2-drop, but this looks good enough. Opponent kept theirs. We found a 2-drop. We have the curve. Turn 2, turn 3, turn 4. Removal spell or pump spell and a static pump. Shepherd's gonna shep. Shepherd's gonna shep. Midnight Haunting main phase, which makes sense because they don't want my shepherd to transform. Ooh, Cavany Township again. I'm actually going to offer the trade here, as one, they might just not block because of potential combat tricks. Two, I want to get the spirits off the battlefield, especially if they have like a Battleground Geist, which is a 5-mana 3/3 flyer that gives all your other spirits +1/+0. Curiosity. All right. 1/1 flyer that draws them a card. Seems good. We'll probably just Bonds of Faith that next turn, in addition to playing our Sharpened Pitchfork. Doomed Traveler. And an Abyssinian Priest. Abyssinian Priest not too good versus me, since we have majority humans. Alright, opponent takes the 4. We'll play the Bonds of Faith on their non-human. And run out the Sharpened Pitchfork. There's a Moon Heron. 3/2 flying Spirit Bird. The Snapping Drake of the format. Ooh, a Travel Preps. I think we're just going to go all in with Travel Preps. Attacking them for 9 this turn. Yeah. Now they're going to wish they had left back their Doomed Traveler to block. We can still lose this game very easily, though. Like, they get to keep bashing in the air and have multiple chumpers with that Doomed Traveler, as they Claustrophobia my Villagers of Estwald here and follow up the Delver of Secrets. Alright, they're hellbent. They'll bash me for 5, most likely. I'm going to fall down to 10. Yeah, they should probably put me on a 2-turn clock if they can. Okay. So I think the correct play here is actually... Oh, shoot, no, it's not. I was going to say to just pass, but they have the Pilgrim to... Or the Priest to tap down. Because if I let this transform, they wouldn't be able to block it, but then they'd be able to tap it, since on the flip side, the Gatstaff Howler is a non-human. So I guess we actually do just have to attack in. They block with Traveler here. They get a 1/1 token. We'll play out the Voiceless Spirit, which they have to tap on their turn if they want to attack with their flyers. Again, I don't think Delver is very playable in Limited. You need a real large number of instants and sorceries. Okay, but they hit off the top. Seems good. And they're just going to 2-turn clock me. This is a matchup for the spare from Evil. They need to cast this Midnight Haunting main phase, though. If they forget and don't cast it main phase, they die to my Shepherd. Oh, they forgot! The opponent actually loses now because they forgot to play the Midnight Haunting and not let my Gatstaff Shepherd transform. Wow! Slight misplay on my opponent's part there. Got lucky. They did it correctly the first time with their first Midnight Haunting, but geez, that is brutal. Intimidation. No breathing. Attack you for 5. Sorry. Intimidate is not menace, my friend. I do apologize. Intimidate means Can't be blocked except by artifact creatures and or creatures that share a color. And we are going to steal this second game from a blue-white Spirits deck. Had a non-game in the first game as the opponent unfortunately just got screwed on one. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this look at Innistrad. Maybe next time I will try to force the Spider Spawning deck or one of the cooler decks, such as Burning Vengeance or the Mill deck. But a nice little take there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Again, I think green-white is one of the best decks in the format if you're not drafting the Spider Spawning deck. We did get a little bit unlucky in the second round to lose that one, but overall I think this deck was really good, and you guys should definitely take a chance to draft Innistrad if you haven't before, as again, it is just considered by many to be one of the top, if not the top draft formats of all time. Anyways, that's it up for me this time. Please check out all of the other content here on NumotGaming.com or my YouTube channel, youtube.com/NumotTheNummy. You guys can always watch my stream live at twitch.tv/NumotTheNummy. And don't forget to follow here on this channel as well. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys next time.